Hello everyone, it's Peter here, Pet Fister. How are you doing, guys? Hello. So, in today's episode, we've got Microsoft Surface laptop. Okay, I did remove one, but I did say I'll show you what we can get with a liquid damage inside and why we need to open it straight away and why we shouldn't neglect it at all. So, customer brought it in with their own charger, yes, and for those who don't know, it's only a few screws here. When you lift those feet, rubbery feet, yes, just keep in mind it has double-sided tape to not damage it, so unglue both of them. And then on both sides, here and here, yes. When you pry it, you can pry it even with your fingernails, but here at the edge you need to open it thoroughly to this and then use some prying tool, plastic better because you won't damage anything here, and then it will pop out. And then something might hold here in the center, but if you will just do it the right way, it will pop out. Keep in mind it's a one connector here for the touchpad, so that touchpad needs to go away. Okay, so back to the repair. Now we have a liquid damage here. I'll show you the photos, what I found here. Yes, one photo. So that's some red stuff going on here as well. You can see that's as well on this here and here. And that's, you see, that's red stuff looking like a wine or something. Customer said it's alcohol, so I took it with my own camera first. No microscope yet. Then it's a rust here for some reason. I don't know, is that's the same fault, or maybe, you know, maybe it's just another fault. I'll close those. Yes, that's another. Hold on a second, I'll close those because it's a lot of photos here open. So that's under the microscope. Yes, so whole section here, this is a 0 ohm resistor, second 0 ohm resistor here in this, and then in between this AC up to here. Yeah, so that's the liquid damage. So when 15 volts comes in, it can't go to the, I think it's a charging IC, I would say so, but I'm not sure. It's just looking like. So that's what it is. Now it's after cleaning, so this 0 ohm resistor, I'll show you on another video, on another photo. Okay, so this is the next one. Okay, so here's, so the number one has abnormal readings. It's a 0 ohm resistor, so it should have readings. Now it's a number two, this has open, and so you can't do literally anything with it. You just need to replace them both. My meter is trying to switch off, that's okay. Now this capacitor is missing one pad on the left hand side. Better to replace it as well. A bit of a hot and this can pop out, not connect. And then we need to solder all those, resolder. Yes, so clean it better because it's just it's not thorough cleaning, it's just a bit, and the rest was cleansed. It's fine. Here is still a bit more, but that's, you know, that's least of our worries. I need to look inside the port still. Yes, that's what it is. And then it's another part here which I have just now. So okay, this is moving. If I'm moving, no, it's not moving. Oh, which one it is? Maybe this one? No, guys, sorry, I thought I can manage. Weird. Okay, so here I can move. Yeah, so you see, so it's a bit of blue-green stuff going on, cleaning those resistors. And then above it, we've got this second area here. Yes, so I need to clean it, that one still. So yes, at the end of the day, if we won't do it, this gets 15 volts, but this 15 volts doesn't even charge the battery. So I've cleaned it already, but I thought I'll show it on the short video why when you've got liquid damage you should open it. So yeah, it's good to show to people to not neglect it, because if you neglect it you can really create more damage. I did check capacitors on the side of that small IC, and I haven't seen any shorts, only those fuses blown, so fingers crossed when I will do it, it will be charging back again and can turn on back again. I'll pause, but if anything will disturb me I will have to quit it, so that will be the video. If you can, please leave a like button, and if I will manage, if I will be able, I will clean everything and I will show you the outcome as well after dealing with it, and so that you will be able to see if it will working or not. Sometimes they are working, sometimes they are not working, but that's a life. Yes, depend what will burn, and can you rejuvenate it. Okay, I'll pause, and if that's not the end of the video, you will see what will be after. Thank you. Okay guys, so one more thing, this was a power IC, because I've seen BQ, I knew it might be. You see as well where the point 1 is here on this IC. It's this small dot here and this small dot, so you know how to install it. Yes, now I've checked that IC to be true, and this is a Texas instruments shown here, website ti.com, and you can see that it's a power adapter comes in. Yes, has one capacitor, two capacitor, there's some resistor, then Q, it's usually some MOSFETs, yes, or transistors, or well, any sort of those transistory thingies is the switching ones. You've got some coil here, which I don't know which one coil it is, and then you've got another two transistors or MOSFETs. Yes, here 1, 2, 3 even, then resistor and the capacitor. Here is a capacitor and the line, and that's I2C communication with a host, so like BIOS or something else. Yes, and then you've got all the protocols used here which you can use to communicate with. Yeah, so I thought you might want to know it, so that's why I've added you. So it's a BQ25713. Yes, thank you. Okay guys, so I've replaced those two resistors, which are now 000 rather than 0. Yes, so these are replaced, and this is an 0603 size here. I didn't replace the capacitor because it's reading, and I don't know if this will work. I see here a bit of a damage. I've soldered all of the pads again, so I want to connect to the power and see what it will give us. So I'll get the charger now, plug that in, and I will see if we'll blow up our fuses or not. If this won't blow up our fuses, then there is a chance that this can sort of work. Voltage, and let's grab some ground here. Okay, and let's check on the fuses. This side is 0, and this side is 0. This side is 0, and this side is 0. So the cleaning opened those things, unfortunately, and this IC needs a replacement. So the trace damage, hold on a second, I'll double check if that's the proper charger, because I might be mixing up the chargers. Yes, that's a charger, so we should get somewhere here 15 volts coming in still. Okay, no 15 volts, no 15 volts. Ooh, that's bad. That's bad, because this one was taking 6.81 volt, so this BQ chip no longer works. Yes, that's 6 volts. Now 12.64, great, and 12.65, great. So it needed a like a, I don't know, and 5 point, why I've got 0. So it's weird, it's on and off, it's switching on and switching off. This IC needs a replacement then, unless it's a cable problem. If it's a cable problem, then it's okay. I need to investigate it. I can't confirm disconfirm at the moment. 8 volts, 8.6, 8.6. So fuses are soldered correctly. 12.70, yes. So only the question is, what's the damage here? Do we need to resolder it or remove the chip and fix the trace damage, or maybe replace it with a new one? I see I've damaged it slightly, but that's what it is. I'll switch to the camera mode, okay, and I'll connect the keyboard, and we will see if I will be able to boot it up. Yes, well, just for analysis. Okay guys, a piece of good news, because I had a black and now it's a light here. I don't know, you can see what will be. Oh look, we've got a Windows, so it is working. Happy days. So I need to replace that capacitor, test it if, you know, if it will help with only this cleaning, replacing those 2 fuses, and now replacing that capacitor as well, because that's looking dodgy. And we will see how this BQ chip will work, because we don't know if the BQ chip will work with those, you know, bad looking joints. I need to check it. Apart from that, I'm happy with the result. So look, loading Windows, happy days. I want to wait and show you, and we can call it a day. If you can leave the like button, because it really motivates me to record more of them. And still loading Windows, that's a bit odd, you know, like for the modern laptop it should be like that, yes, especially that it has NVMe built in. So maybe it was shut down, you know, abnormally, and now it need to recover back from that. But apart from that, sorry, sip of water. Still loading. I will pause and I will unpause when it will be done. Okay guys, we can switch it off. So it loaded the Windows, so I'm happy, but the battery is dead, so I need to check still if there is any charging issues or not. If there will be no charging issue, and from what I see it's no further issues, it's just that it can be still something, you know. But if will be, that will be the fault of that BQ chip in that area, yes. So I still need to redo it and probably order that chip, because I don't know if I have it in any other laptop or Nintendo Switch or whatever, because BQ chips are quite popular. Maybe I have it and I don't know, so I need to check my BQ chips which ones are, and if it's match what I have here. It's similar from what I see to Nintendo Switch's one, but again I might be wrong, yes, because that one I think works on 5 volts and this is broader up to 20 or something volts. But at the end of the day, you see it's saved, almost. I'll solder first that capacitor and I allow it to charge. We will see if this will charge. If no, maybe I will do another episode. If there will be nothing interesting, then I won't. But that's it in this video. Hopefully you've learned something. Thank you for all the likes left down below, and see you in the next one. If possible, let's fix them all. Bye for now.